Hi, guys. I hope you are fine and all is well at your end. So, let us talk about liberalism today. Before diving into the crude details of liberalism, I would like to mention few assumptions of liberalism. So, the first assumption is that human nature is not at all evil. I would like to mention here that on the discussion which we had earlier on realism, it was time and again said by various philosophers that human nature is inherently evil. Whereas in liberalism, it is believed that human nature is not evil. And the second assumption states that individuals can get involved in various collaborative actions. The third assumption is the belief that individuals are self-interested, or you may put it as selfish, but up to a certain point. Whereas in realism, it is said time and again that human nature is evil and that individuals or states they are selfish. Whereas liberalism puts most of its efforts, or you can say most of its concentration on individuals, and it states that we are all selfish, individuals are selfish, but up to a certain point. The fourth assumption states that the rational principles can be applied to international affairs. And the fifth basic assumption is the belief that human reason can triumph over fear and lust for power. We all know that there was a concept by a very famous realist. I would like you people to guess his name. He gave the concept of animus dominandi, lust for power. Whereas it is completely opposite in case of liberalism. So they believe that with the human reason, the fear and lust for power they can be ignored, or greater things can be achieved by collaborative actions. Moving forward, I must mention here that the core assumption of liberalism is the belief that progress can be made. In realism, it was assumed right at the beginning that there can be no progress because there is no world government and states are selfish and they only carry their national interests and they pursue their national interests in foreign policy. In liberalism, it is completely opposite. At first, the entire light is on individual. In liberalism, we study or we stress on individual being engaged in collaborative actions, etc. And there is no mention of states as far as liberalism is concerned. So we can divide liberalism in various eras in order to better understand it. The first phase is the pre-World War II era. And this is the era of utopian liberalism, and it is also called idealism. And in that era, there was a general belief that moral values, rather than lust for power or power matters. So there were a greater belief that truth can triumph over everything, and we should help each other, and states should help each other, and there is no and power does not matter among states, etc. The pre World War II era of liberalism is commonly known as Wilsonian idealism. It is named after Woodrow Wilson, who was the president of the United States. Great president, you must study about him. The basic tenet of liberalism in that era was that it is basically the belief that states should make internal political philosophy the goal of its foreign policy. For example, ending poverty at home should be coupled with ending poverty abroad. The moving forward to the second phase, the post World War II era. This phase is famous for the unending love towards the fact that democracy and competitive economy will bring peace eventually, and that democratic states they do not fight with each other. Here, let me discuss with you the four branches of liberalism. The first one is the sociological liberalism. In order to understand sociological liberalism, we must understand transnationalism, which means that relationship between states is supplemented by a relationship among people and organizations, etc. Also, sociological liberalism it put its trust in people, as this strand of liberalism believes that relationship between people is more cooperative and their interests overlap, which is not the case with states. So sociological liberalism basically believe it is a understanding that the interests of the people, they basically you can say individuals have individuals may engage in cooperative actions, which is not the case with states. The second branch is the interdependence liberalism, which means that more interdependence means less conflicts, and that military is less important under complete interdependence. The third branch is institutional liberalism, very important branch. In order to understand this, let me quote an American president here. You have to guess in comments the name of that president. He said, and I quote, from the jungle of chaotic powers to the zoo of regulated and peaceful intercourse, unquote. The fourth branch is the Republican liberalism. They claim that liberal democracies are peaceful, which I personally do not believe. And the Republican liberalism also believe that the democracies, they do not fight with each other because they are generally peaceful. And their claim, this claim is dependent on three other factors. One, people control democracy and they do not want war. Two, cooperation increases peace. Three, democracy equates moral values. So moving forward to the third phase, which is the era of neoliberalism, and it is associated with policies of economic liberalization. For now, I am only stating the names of these economic policies. We'll discuss neoliberalism in detail in next discussion. So these policies are privatization, deregulation, free trade, and austerity, etc. Now, at the end, I would like to ask you people a few questions. Do you really believe that pre-World War II era is marked with idealism? Which country was holding the flag of idealism in pre-World War II era? Does democracy really bring peace? Do market economies like stability? Did you notice turmoil in post-World War II era? Is liberalism a myth? Let me know what do you think of these questions. Please like and subscribe to support us. Till we meet again. Bye.